How do you know you have a problem? See if any of these situations ring a bell. Initiative proliferation. How many initiatives do you have? How many of you actually completed over the past year? If you have a large and unwieldy list of initiatives, that's not good. Thinking too big. Can you really bite off some of these initiatives? Are you focused on one big initiative and there's really just a small likelihood that you're going to be able to get through it in the near term? Starving the kids. Are you throwing 100% of your resources at a single initiative? Or is your existing core business, is it getting 100% of your attention while new business initiatives, they're not getting any attention? Random initiative generator. Are your initiatives just all over the board? Is there a common thread? Is there a common theme to your initiatives? Is there something that's focusing them on a singular end goal? So we've simplified strategic planning down to 3 core tenets. Set a clear direction and stay in a lane. This is about defining and communicating an overarching vision and goals for your organization. If you're changing the strategy, if you're changing your swim lane every 3 months, it's really tough to keep your team aligned. It's really tough to meet any sort of long-term goals. Say no to distractions. Typically, an organization generates a bunch of really cool, exciting ideas, and it's pretty easy to say, oh yeah, let's do that. That sounds cool. We can knock that one easily out, but these are all just distractions, and you've got to say no. As an example, Walmart trying to sell Tiffany diamond ring, that's probably not going to work. Nordstrom's trying to sell discount shoes, that's probably not a good fit. The third tenet is diversify your bets. You might identify a single initiative as your top priority, and that's great, that's fine. It could be really important, but typically a single focused initiative is not going to lead to a well-balanced portfolio. So strategic planning doesn't have to be complicated. In the following slides, we're going to walk you through simple tools which can support the strategic planning process. We're going to show how they're aligned with the 3 core tenets that we just talked about. You have your long list of acceptable initiatives that have been through the filtering process. And now you need to say, okay, how do I prioritize these? Which ones can I really accomplish? And so it's layering on top of that the organization's strategic goals and financial goals. And there you have your prioritization. And then you can draw your line. And it's important to remember that once you've drawn the line, work on the projects above the line, and you shouldn't work on the ones below the line until maybe you've accomplished all the ones above the line, or you've reprioritized them, or you've added resources. Last but not least, remember that strategic planning needs to be tied very closely to people planning. Strategy drives the initiative drives the org structure, and the org structure is going to determine the HR and resource planning requirements. You could have the greatest strategic plan in the world, but if it's not aligned with the HR and people planning pieces, you're going to fall flat on your face. A lot of times you'll see that the people in an organization drive the initiatives, and the initiatives drives the strategy. Does that sound familiar? That's not a good recipe.